Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so good afternoon. So once you are here with me, on board with me, so please type your name in the chat box as attendance. Okay, so far, I saw Yu Tong, it's here. Good morning. Should be good afternoon. Now it's 12 p.m. So good afternoon, Yu Tong. Good afternoon, Zuolun. Where are the rest? So please type your name as attendance in the chat box right now. And the class will be commenced at 12:05 sharp. And I will spend around 1 hour of you for the lesson. So I will not exceed 1 p.m. Okay, so please stay for 1 hour and the class will be commenced at 12:05 sharp. So within these 4 minutes, please get ready. Okay, so because we have no printed handout, and you need to get ready with your logbook, okay, as well as your stationaries and a cup of water, okay, or a glass of water with you to keep yourself hydrated. Okay, good afternoon. Wenyang, good afternoon. Jeremy. Jeremy is who's Jeremy? Lulu Zhe. Okay, or Sifu. Okay, Ryan, good afternoon. Yu Tong, yes. Jackie Kwa Sri. Okay, good afternoon. And Zolun, yes, where the rest? Come on. Hey, after resting for 1 week, everyone looks so passive today. Okay, last few weeks, our audience, our viewers can up to 30, but why now? 12 only. Come on, wake up your friends. Okay, so today is Mother's Day. Okay, so I would like to take this opportunity to wish your mother, okay, your grandmother, your auntie, happy Mother's Day. Okay, 母亲节快乐. And Sri, sorry, I do not know how to speak Tamil. Okay, so please translate this to your parents. Okay, happy Mother's Day in Tamil. So no need to give any present to your mother because now it's MCO. You need to stay at home, okay? And you have no chance to go out, to go to Aeon, to go to Ipoh Parade, to buy present to your mother. So the best present is what? Okay, so just turn on your YouTube, turn on your laptop, turn on your computer, use your handphone to study science, okay, for 1 hour as a good present for your parents, for your mother. Okay, show to her, hey, I'm now very serious in studying. Don't worry about me. Okay, so remember to show your mother, hey, mommy, I'm now studying. Mommy, 我现在在读着书，我现在在上这课。Mr. Tan 在跟我上这课。And sorry, Sri, I don't know how to speak in Tamil. So you use Tamil to tell your parents that you are studying right now. So this is a good present for your parents. Happy Mother's Day to every one of you. Okay, to your mother. Okay, so Yapkawe, good afternoon, Brandon. Okay, Roger Leung, okay, our senior, good afternoon. So have you cut your hair? Roger Leung, Chong Yue Heng. Okay, Nicholas Hong Si, Chai Ku Tian. Who is Chai Ku Tian? Okay, is it our classmates? Okay, Chai Ku Tian. Okay, so now the time now is 12:05, 12:04. So after 1 minute, we'll start the lesson. Okay, so please get ready. Jin Yuan, good afternoon. Okay, so please get ready with your handouts. Okay, no handout, sorry, your long book, okay, your stationaries. So today we'll spend around 1 hour for learning science and take out your handphone, your laptop, show to your mother, your parents. Mommy, 我现在在上这课，母亲节快乐. Okay, so happy Mother's Day. So give you your mother a love to your mother. Okay, so the time now it's 12:04. Okay. Okay, good afternoon. Okay, so let's start the lesson right now. Okay, so for today's lesson, okay, last lesson we started chapter 4. Chapter 4 is about carbon compound. And the last part of chapter 4, we studied about the natural polymer, include the natural rubber. So suppose we will enter chapter 5, okay, but I will not start chapter 5 so soon. and I will skip chapter 5 and chapter 6 first. And today I'm going to chapter 7 because the topics in chapter 7 are related to chapter 4. Okay, Viet Minh, good morning. Jia Zhen, hey, Maverick, look, Jia Zhen, your present, your gift is now on the way to your house because the post office now, all the postmen, they are very busy. Okay, so please wait a while for your gift, look, Jia Zhen. Okay, so I will start our lesson right now. Please get ready. Okay, so today we will start chapter 7 instead of chapter 5 because chapter 7 is related to what we studied in chapter 4. Okay, so please hold on while waiting for me to share the screen. So Gilvan, yes, Gilvan is here with us. Good morning. Wait, the number of viewers 22 only. Please wake up your friends. Okay, after resting for 1 week, everyone gone missing already. Okay, so while waiting for me, okay, remember, okay, if you love your mother, if you love your grandparents, if you love your auntie, and you love, not love, if you like Mr. Tom's lesson, so please like this video to show your loves to your mother. Okay, so please like this video, okay, and share to your friends who are not here with us. Okay, okay, good afternoon, Yao Chen, good afternoon, Jia Le. Okay, I will start right now. Okay, see who is Wills. Okay, Wei Sen is now with us as well. Okay, so let's see this as the beginning of the lesson. Wow. Every time when you go home and you tell your mother, Ma, my Tupperware plastic bottle is lost. Wow, for sure your mother will get crazy because of losing the plastic bottles. So this statement is just a prank to your mother, okay? Because today is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all mommy. 母亲节快乐. Okay, so why I use this as our topic, okay, for my video? Because for today's lesson, I'm going to talk about plastic bottles, which is a kind of polymer. So last lesson we saw that polymer, okay, they are used in everyday life, okay, and polymer means poly means many, mers means part, and polymers are long chain molecules that contains thousands of small molecules, okay, or the repeating units, okay, or also known as a monomers, and they are formed through a process known as polymerization, and they can be divided into natural and synthetic polymer. Hey, Mr. Tam, this slide you mentioned, okay, you have mentioned this slide 2 weeks ago. Why you thought the same thing? Yes, because as I told you, today's topic is related to the previous lesson. For the previous lesson, we stopped at the natural polymers. Example, okay, for example, like natural rubber is a kind of natural polymer. But for today's lesson, we are no longer discuss about the natural polymers, but instead of that, we'll focus on the synthetic. Synthetic here means man-made, artificial, 人造，不是天然的。Okay, so today we are going to enter chapter 7 instead of chapter 5 and chapter 6. And this is known as the synthetic polymer, 人造. Okay, so for synthetic polymer can be divided into three categories. We have plastics, okay, we have rubbers and fibers. Okay, so for today's lesson, I just introduced, okay, I just want to give you a brief introduction regarding to our topics today. So first, I will introduce these three synthetic polymers, their examples and their uses. Next, I will focus more on synthetic rubber for today's lesson. Whereas for next lesson, next week, I will focus more on synthetic plastics. Okay, let's start the lesson. So this is what I'm going to focus on, which is the synthetic rubber. Okay, let's check the attendance. Okay, wake it. Good morning, good afternoon, Ignatius. Good afternoon. Hey, wake it. Your performance last 2 weeks are the concert very good. I'm proud of you. Okay, let's see. Plastic and PE. First, we focus on the plastic and their uses. So actually, I have introduced this plastic in the previous lesson. The polymer and its monomer. Monomer is the small repeating unit. When many repeating units combine together, it will form a polymer, right? So today, I'm not going to talk about the monomer, but I will introduce the uses of this polymer. So the first one, which is polyethylene, sometimes it is known as polyethylene. So for polyethylene, it is given a short form, which is PE. Okay, and the uses is very wide in daily lives, like the plastic bag we use every day, plastic bags. Okay, the containers. Okay, so these containers here are referred to those, okay, like containers in the laboratory. Okay, like the bottles in the, okay, like the squeeze bottle to fill in the distilled water. That bottle is made of polythene, and the food wraps. Okay, 保鲜膜, okay, food wraps. So there are, for each polymer, I will give you three uses only. Three uses. Actually, there are more than three, but if more than three, it will become a burden to you. So I will cut down more examples. You just need to focus on three X uses you do. Okay, so these three uses: plastic bags, containers, food wraps. Now, I give you a sentence. It's very easy, convenient for you to memorize the uses of polyethylene, or also known as polyethylene. So let's see this sentence. Use a plastic bag to wrap food in the container. So you remember this sentence, use a plastic bag to wrap food in the container. So within a sentence, there are three uses. The first one, plastic bag. The second, food wraps and container. Okay, so these are the uses of polyethylene. Okay, next I will proceed to another type of plastic, which is known as a polypropylene. Polypropylene, and its short form is PP. So the uses like bottles, the Tupperware bottles you bring to school every day, and you always, okay, let these bottles gone missing. They are made of polypropylene, okay, or also known as the PP. So another uses of polypropylene, like the household wear. Okay, let's say now, okay, this one you go to Mr. DIY and Mr. DIY, or go to Daiso. If you buy this kind of household wear, okay, to keep things, keep stationaries, okay, to keep the kitchen utensils. These are made of polypropylene PP, as well as a toys. Okay, so now I concentrate the uses, okay, of polypropylene into three only. Actually, there are more than three. So you can go to refer to more uses, okay, after the lesson. So make it easy for you to remember the uses of polypropylene. Uh, okay, water in the bottles, okay, washes toys in the house. We use the water in the bottles to wash toys in the house. So in this sentence, we have three uses, right? Bottles, okay, plastic bottles, toys, house here are referred to the household wares, okay? Water in the bottles, washes toys in the house. Okay, can you please, do you still remember the previous one? Okay, the plastic, that one. Okay, so use plastic bottle to wrap food in the container. The previous uses are use plastic bag, use plastic bag to wrap food in the container. But for this one, water in the bottles, washes toys in the house. So there are three uses. Okay, so next I'll proceed to another type of synthetic plastic. Okay, so remember, boys, plastic are all synthetic polymer. They are not the natural one. Okay, in the previous lesson, I also introduced polyvinyl chloride as one of the polymer, and its short term is known as the PVC. Okay, very simple. If you feel that polyvinyl chloride, this term is too long for you, you just can use PVC to represent polyvinyl chloride. It's okay. Okay, the uses, let's see. The common uses of polymer of PVC we can use as a pipes, water pipes. Okay, and this water pipes, why? Okay, why do we choose PVC as the pipes? Okay, as the water pipes instead of using steel. Okay, metal means metal lah. Because those days people used metals as water pipes, but nowadays people use PVC as the water pipes. The first one, because of PVC, they are light. Okay, they are not as heavy as the metals. And the second reason to choose PVC, because PVC do not rust as metals. Because for metal steel, we know that steel contains iron. Okay, and iron rusts easily because of polychloride. Okay, polyvinyl chloride is not a metal, and therefore it does not rust 它不会生锈, and therefore it is suitable to make pipes. Okay, raincoats, even for wire insulator. Okay, so these are the examples of uses of PVC. Okay, so we can see from the uses of this PVC, we can make a conclusion that this PVC, they are waterproof, 防水. Okay, and therefore we use them as these uses, and they are light. Okay, next we see how to remember these three uses. Okay, the pipe is leaking. Okay, the pipe is leaking, so we need to wear the raincoat to avoid from getting wet. Okay, and remove the wire. Okay, if let's say the wire is exposed to water, so this can cause many problems, right? Okay, so we need to remove the electrical wires. So remember this one, the pipe is leaking, so we wear raincoat and remove the wire. From this sentence, pipe, okay, raincoat, wire are the uses of polymer, which is the PVC. Okay, so now boys, we recall back the second sentence just now. Second sentence is about the PP, okay, polypropylene. Do you still remember polypropylene? The uses: water in the bottles, washes toys in the house. And this sentence is the pipe is leaking, wear raincoat and remove the wire. Okay, so next example of the synthetic polymer would be the Perspex. Okay, another name of Perspex is known as the acrylic glass. Okay, according to our textbook, we are using Perspex. Okay, but I will give you another terms to represent or to replace Perspex, which is the acrylic glass. Okay, from its name, acrylic glass, but actually they are not glass; they are plastic. But why this polymer they are given the name glass? Because they are the replacement of glass. Okay, we can see the similarity of these three uses. Okay, aircraft windows. Okay, Perspex is used to make aircraft windows, camera lenses, as well as a display box. Okay, this display box we see, okay, like we give the donation. Okay, the donation is put into the display box, or even we have some suggestion letters. So these letters are put into the display boxes. Okay, so let's see what is the similarity 共同点 between these among these three uses. They are transparent. Okay, 透明, and even though they are transparent, but they do not have the property of the glass, but they are the replacement of glass. They replace glass. Okay, why? Because glasses are heavy. But Perspex, they are lighter. So we use Perspex to replace glasses. Okay. So next one, and why we need to use them? Because they are transparent. They have the characteristics of glass, transparent. So how to remember these three uses, okay, of polymer? So I use this sentence to help you. The big boxer takes photo outside the window with camera. The big boxer, our 5PS2 or 5PE1, any big boxer or not big boxer. So before your graduation, okay, perform your big box to Mr. Tang. Okay, so the beatboxer takes photo outside the window with camera. So within this sentence, we have three uses of polymer: box, display box, window, which is the aircraft windows, camera means the camera lenses with, they are made of Perspex, or also known as the acrylic glasses. Okay, so next I will move to another part, which is backlight. So for this backlight uses, backlight, I will explain more about backlight in next week, in next lesson. So the uses of this backlight is used, they are used as the handles of the cookware, where because the first one, because they do not conduct heat, so they are safe to hold, and then they are very solid. So we use backlight as the handles of cookware. So next lesson, I focus more on this polymer. Okay, so after discussing the synthetic plastics, now I will give you an example of fibers. So fibers is one of the category of synthetic polymer. Okay, I repeat, synthetic polymers can be divided into plastics, fibers, and synthetic rubbers. So fibers is one of the category of synthetic polymer. So example, nylon, nylon. Okay, so uses, of course, nylon, we used to use them to make ropes, even umbrellas and fabrics. So these fabrics can use to make cloths, These are the uses of nylon. Next one, we move to synthetic rubber, the third category of synthetic polymer. So these are the examples of synthetic rubber: neoprene, butyl rubber, nitrile rubber, styrene, butadiene rubber, SBR. Wow, you see the names, you also get a headache already. Never mind. Keep slow. I'm not forcing you to memorize these terms. One term, one day. Okay, give yourself a task. One day you remember one term. Okay, so before moving to synthetic rubber in detail, because as I told you, for today's lesson, I'm going to introduce three examples or three categories of synthetic polymer, 人造 polymer 啦哈。And the next part would be the synthetic rubber. Okay, so I will talk about synthetic rubber in detail at the next part of this lesson. Okay, boys, do you still remember in the previous lesson, I've told you that polymers are formed through a process known as polymerization. Okay, and now I'm going to show you the polymerization of polyethylene, or sometimes known as polyethylene. Okay, so the monomer of polyethylene are ethenes. So when many ethenes, these many ethenes can up to hundreds to thousands of ethenes. When many ethenes combine together, this monomer plus monomer plus monomer, so we form a polymer, right? And how do we draw the polymer? Impossible for us to draw a long chain molecule, right? And therefore, we write this monomer, ethene, to represent this polymer. Okay, so ethene, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, we add bond, bracket them, and put an N. N is, I do not know how many ethenes are there. So this is the number of ethenes, N. So another way to write the equation, the word equation for polymerization of polyethylene is like that. Okay, so ethene, its formula is C2H4, which means in ethene molecule, it consists of 2 carbon atoms and 4 hydrogen atoms. Okay, so for polymerization of polyethylene or polyethylene, it consists of more than one, up to hundreds and thousands of ethene. So I do not know how many, so I put an N in front of C2H4. So now, the polymer, the formula of the polymer is very simple. Okay, so for this polymerization, we need high temperature up to 1000 200 atmosphere. Okay, boys, you see, ATM. ATM is the unit of pressure. Okay, so up to 1,200 atmosphere and 200 degrees Celsius. And the product, okay, actually is very easy. You just, okay, transfer the end from the front to the back. And then don't forget to subscript the end, C2H4 bracket N. So this is the formula of polyethylene. Okay, I repeat, for ethene itself, the single monomer ethene, its formula is C2H4. But for polyethylene or polyethylene means many ethene are joined together. So simple, C2H4 bracket N. Okay, so this is the formula we write polyethylene. Okay, or polyethylene. Next one, I'm going to show you the polymerization of one of the example of synthetic rubber, which is known as the SBR. SBR here means styrene butadiene rubber. Oh my God, get headache already. So never mind, go slow. One day, one example will do. Okay, so boys, for your information, for the polymerization of SBR, okay, SBR consists of two types of monomer. Okay, in the previous lesson, I told you monomer means the repeating units, monomer, 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 monomer. Add them all together to become a polymer. But for this SBR, it consists of two types of monomer and they are arranged alternately. Okay, styrene butadiene, and then plus styrene butadiene plus styrene butadiene. So they arrange alternately to form a synthetic rubber, which is known as a styrene butadiene rubber, also known as SBR. If you feel that styrene butadiene rubber is very complicated to me, can I just write SBR? Yes, go ahead. SBR will do, styrene butadiene rubber. Okay, so next part, I'm going to introduce why synthetic rubber are discovered instead of using the natural rubbers. Okay, boys, last lesson, okay, Maverick Loeb, okay, he won the prize, but the prize is still on the way to your house. No worries, I still remember your present. Okay, so he answered correctly. The first rubber tree in Malaysia is located in Kuala Kangsar. Okay, so this is rubber tree. However, for the production of natural rubber, okay, we face a lot of problems, and therefore there is a discovery of synthetic rubber. Okay, so we need to consider some problems before the production of synthetic rubber. Okay, we see the first one. Since natural rubber, they are obtained from crops, okay, from plants. So we need to consider the time of tree maturation because this is one of the factors. We cannot simply say, okay, I plant the tree today, tomorrow I can tap the rubber, I can tap the latex from the rubber tree. Impossible. We need to take time for the tree to become matured. Okay, so this is one of the factors. Second, which is the external factors. Okay, for example, for planting rubber trees, we also need to consider the weather, okay, and then some more like political issue, political factor, okay, economical factor is also one of the external factors. Okay, so this you need to consider. Okay, other than that is the manpower. Because of tapping of rubber, we need rubber tappers. If let's say the rubber tappers, okay, because of manpower, one person cannot do so much thing at the same time, right? Okay, so because of these all problems becomes a factors, and therefore there is a discovery of synthetic rubber to replace natural rubber, okay, due to these factors. Okay, so how do we get the synthetic rubber? So the raw materials of the synthetic rubber are derived from petroleum and natural gases. Okay, and now what are the advantages of synthetic rubber over the natural rubber? Okay, the first one, for synthetic rubber, they are more resistant to chemicals. Resistance in Chinese mean 比较耐, okay, resistant to chemicals, and they are resistant to heat. Okay, they're more resistant to abrasion. Okay, and I've translated this term into Chinese 磨损,不容易磨损. Okay, they're resistant to oil and oxidation. And the last one, they are more suitable for people with latex sensitivity. Okay, some people they are allergic to latex. If let's say, okay, if I ask the person to wear a latex gloves, okay, made of natural rubber, the gloves, so it will cause a lot of problems, okay, symptoms, for example, itchiness, okay, or the rashes, okay, red rashes on the skin. So these people, they have latex sensitivity. Okay, so in short, I combine the yellow terms, okay, the yellow letters are chemical, C, heat, H, A, abrasion, O for oil and oxidation, and sensitivity into this term, chaos. Okay, so remember, this is the advantage of synthetic rubber over the natural rubber, chaos. C, chemicals, H, heat, A, abrasion, O, oxidation and oil, and S, okay, means sensitivity. Okay, now it's time for me to introduce some examples of synthetic rubber with their properties and uses. Okay, the first one, as I introduced during the polymerization, which is the styrene butadiene rubber. It is also known as the SBR. Okay, so these are the properties: resistance to abrasion and heat. So SBR, usually they are commonly used in tires of vehicles, okay, footwears, the sole, as well as a conveyor belt. Okay, if you do not know it's a conveyor belt, okay, let's say if you go to airport, okay, after landing or after arrival, so you need to clean your luggage, okay. So the luggage will rotate in the airport, the area. So they are rotating on the conveyor belt, okay. Or even if you go to supermarket, okay, if you go to the cashier to pay, so the cashier, there is a conveyor belt. So this conveyor belt, okay, footwears, okay, and even for tires, they are made of SBR. Why? Because these rubbers, okay, there is a friction between the surface and the rubber. Okay, for example, like the tires, there is a frictional force between the tire and the ground. Same goes to the tire, same goes to the footwear and the conveyor belt. There is a friction between the conveyor belt and the object above it. So because of friction, we need to select a rubber which can resist to abrasion. And therefore, we use SBR due to its properties resistant to abrasion and heat. Okay, the next example of synthetic rubber would be the Buna N rubber. Well, if you feel that this Buna N rubber is very difficult, so NBR you do. Or sometimes it's known as nitrile rubber. Okay, I would encourage you, I would suggest you to remember nitrile rubber. Nitrile rubber. Why? Later I will let you know the reason. Okay, so one of the properties of the nitrile rubber, they are resistant to oil, okay, 防油, and therefore they are suitable to make fuel holes. Okay, for example, okay, when you go for the oil station, petrol station, okay, when you're filling in the fuel, the hose is made of nitrile rubber. Even some vehicle parts, gloves, they're also made of nitrile rubber due to the property resistant to oil. So just now, I told you to choose nitrile rubber, this term, instead of Buna and rubber, right? Why? Because you nitrile, you related to this Chinese term, nine, 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 奶油. Okay, nine means nitrile rubber. Yo means it is resistant to oil. So nitrile rubber is suitable to make these users feel holes, 因为它们防油. Okay, so the next users would be the butyl rubber. Butyl rubber. Okay, other than the first property, resistance to abrasion, that is another property, or this one is the special characteristics of butyl rubber. Only for butyl rubber, they have low gas permeability, which means 它们不透气. Okay, low gas permeability. So the uses, of course, we know that the sporting balls like the football, basketball, okay, actually it is inflated with gases, okay, with gases. So because of gas inside contained in the sporting balls, so we need to use butyl rubber, okay, and even for inner tubes of the tires, okay, it is also made of butyl rubber and sealant as well. So for butyl rubber, we relate this name to its property low gas permeability. Okay, I use it Chinese 不透气. So it is suitable to make sporting balls like basketball, okay, like football, and even inner tubes of the tires. Okay, the next one would be the neoprene. So for neoprene, okay, this is the common property, resistant to abrasion, resistant to chemicals, and one of the important property of neoprene is resistant to water, and therefore, okay, it is suitable to make gloves even for wetsuit. Wetsuit are the suit for the deep sea diver. Okay, 潜水员. The wetsuit is made of neoprene. Okay, even for the laptop covers, okay, also made of neoprene. Okay, and the last example of synthetic rubber would be the Tioco, Daigo. But this Daigo Tioco is the name of the company. Okay, so the real name of the rubber is known as the polysulfide rubber. Actually, both same because of Tioco is the brand, the name of the brand. So now people use this name very common, just like Tupperware. Tupperware is just the name of the brand. Okay, actually we are using the water plastic bottles. Okay, so same polysulfide rubber is the plastic bottle. Tioco is just like Tupperware, the brand. Okay, so the properties, they are resistant to feather and sunlight. Okay, and they are used as sealant. Okay, so this sealant is a seal parts together. Okay, just like its property is just like the glue that stick or to a higher two objects together by using this rubber known as a polysulfide rubber. Okay, so now since we have natural rubber and synthetic rubber, so which is more suitable to make items? So first, let's see the similarity between the natural rubber and synthetic rubber. So both of them are elastomers. Okay, when you see this term elastomer, actually it contains two parts and two meanings. The first one, elast, here means elastic. Okay, these are the characteristics of rubber. Natural or synthetic rubber, they are elastic. And both of them are polymers. So collectively, they are known as the elastomers. And they can be treated. The properties of rubber can be improved by adding sulfur. So after adding sulfur, they will become vulcanized rubber. Vulcanized rubber. Last lesson, we talked about vulcanized rubber. So these are the characteristics of natural rubber and synthetic rubber. So now let's see, we compare the differences between natural rubber and synthetic rubber. Okay, we start from synthetic rubber first. So for synthetic rubber, they are obtained from the raw materials, okay, made of petroleum or natural gases byproducts. Okay, these are the raw materials. And the properties of synthetic, okay, do you still remember this term chaos? Chaos here stands for C, chemicals, synthetic rubber are more resistant to chemicals. H, heat. A, abrasion. O, oil or oxidation. S means suitable. They are suitable for people with latex sensitivity. Okay, so on the other hand, for natural rubber, they are made of rubber trees, which means the latex are tapped from rubber trees, and they are more flexible and durable, and they have higher tensile strength. High tensile strength, tensile in Chinese, okay, if I translate tensile to Chinese means 拉扯，它能够防拉扯。So which means they can withstand vibration and shock. Okay, withstand vibration, withstand shock，它可以 or they can absorb vibration, absorb shock，可以防震动。Okay, so this is the natural characteristics of natural rubber. So due to the characteristics of natural rubber, they have high tensile strength. They can absorb shock and vibration. Okay, and therefore aeroplane tires are made of 100% of natural rubber due to safety purposes. Because this natural rubber, they are able to absorb shock and vibration, especially okay, during the landing of the aeroplane. Okay, so today's lesson is about the synthetic polymer and synthetic rubber. And here comes to the end of the lesson. But do not close the YouTube first. Why? Because I need to do a recap with you regarding to what we studied within this 1 hour. And I need to assign you some homework. Okay? Okay, come on. Ready? Okay. Today is the recap what we study in this 42 minutes. Okay, the timer is 12:42. Okay, I can end the lesson before 1. Okay, after that, you can go for your lunch. Okay, come on, boys. Let's see. Here. So, what we study today is about the synthetic polymer. Okay, so for synthetic polymer, we have synthetic rubber. Okay, we have plastics and we have fibers. So for synthetic rubber, okay, another term is synthetic. Okay, another topic is synthetic rubber. Okay, I will talk about synthetic rubber later. For plastic, okay, on your hand you have some examples of plastic. For example, the PE, polyethylene, PP, polypropylene, PVC, polyvinyl chloride, Perspex, okay, bakelite. These are plastic, as well as their uses. Okay, and then rubber. The second part of the topic is about synthetic rubber. So for synthetic rubber, we have SBR, styrene butadiene rubber. We have nitrile rubber. Okay, we have neoprene. We have butyl rubber, and we also have thiocol. So these are the examples of synthetic rubber. Okay, so before to the end of the lesson, here I have one example. I have one assignment for you. So get ready with your long book. Very simple assignment. Okay, so long book, write down today's title, which is synthetic polymer. Okay, today's date. Okay, it's too high. I lower down. Okay, today's date is 10th of May 2020. Okay, so only 3 questions, very simple. So question number 1. List 3 uses of the following plastic. Three uses of the following plastics. Okay, the first one, polyethylene. Second, polypropylene. 3 uses for each. Alright, I need to change. Okay, the uses of each of the following plastic. Okay, and C, which is PVC. 3 uses for each. Next one, question number 2 would be list 3 examples of synthetic rubber. Okay, and third question number 3. Okay, I will write here. Did I see this? Okay, I write. So for question number 3, if you cannot follow my speed, you can rewind this video. Okay, number 3. List 3 characteristics of synthetic rubber. That's all for today's homework. Okay, so the first question, you need to list 3 uses of each of the plastic. Okay, we have polyethylene, polypropylene, and PVC. Each plastic 3 uses. 3 examples of synthetic rubber will do. No need to give uses. And 3 characteristics of synthetic rubber. Okay, so these are the assignment or the homework for today's lesson. Okay, and one more. Okay, I will share another homework with you in our group chat, and you just spend around 5 minutes to complete that homework you do. Okay, so before comes to the end to the lesson, okay, so for next lesson, okay, same time on Sunday, 12 p.m. and I can complete chapter 7 next week. So after completing chapter 7, I will stop for few weeks because our speed is quite fast. Okay, if before our exam, so I will stop at chapter 7. Okay, after that, after return back to the school, then I will continue with chapter 5, chapter 6, and chapter 8. Okay, is there any problem regarding to today's lesson? If you have problem, please write down your name in the chat box. Come on. Come on, please write your name on the chat box, or please write the problem, and please write your attendance, write your name as an attendance. Write your name at the attendance. Okay, let's see. Susian, good afternoon. Yes, Waikid. May I know who is Serene Lee? Serene Lee, please write your name. Good afternoon. Derek, good afternoon. Okay. So to those students, okay, then, so once again, okay, happy Sunday to everyone, okay, and happy Mother's Day. So, no matter your mother is with you or not, because some of you, okay, your mother is working, like, okay, because of MCO. Some mothers, okay, of your mother is working far away from your house. Okay, so it's okay as long as her spirit, her love together with you. Okay, so please keep the love, the spirit, and keep staying safe to everyone. Okay, and hope to see you soon after MCO. Okay, so goodbye class. Thank you class. If you are late, wait, Ki Kang, are you late? Okay, if you are late, please rewind this video and watch again. Okay, so hope everyone be safe. And one more thing, please, if you are interested for this challenge before school reopen, now Mr. Tam has cut crew cut. I will show you next week. I'll show you next week. So let's together 4 PE, 5 PE1 and 5 PS2, or even you can influence all your Form 5 friends, okay, to cut this crew cut, to have this crew cut hair. This is a challenge before your graduation. So we call this as the crew cut graduation. So let's, who wants to accept this challenge? Raise up your hand. Tell me. Okay, thank you, Hao Tin. Yeah, Teachers Day is coming soon, I know. Okay, so here comes to the end. Goodbye, class. Thank you, class. Stay safe. Okay, so if any question, any difficulty regarding to your study or even regarding to your life, okay, you can just talk with me. I'm always ready for you. Okay, so goodbye, class. See you and take care.